All right. All right, all right, all right. So here's the deal. Yes, all right. So dad's in recovery. I'm going to try to keep this really short and, and whatever. Um, so, what's happening with a lot of men who have lost connection with their kids is that they've also lost hope that there's a way back. You know, lots of times we burn some pretty bad bridges. And, you know, alcoholism or addiction and raising kids don't seem to go well together. And now we're sober. And it's like, how do we get back? Not necessarily back with mom in the old way. I mean, of course we're going to be back with mom in some way, but we don't, maybe never going to live together again. But how do we get back as being dad? What I found, and it's becoming more and more obvious, is that men have lost hope. Yeah, they thought, well, I'm screwed here. It's just not going to happen. And there doesn't seem to be a path. And often men are not lucky enough that they found somebody who's going to show them the way or help them to see the possibilities of being a trusted dad again. What happened? Often, you know, I mean, often, yes, the mom of your kids is mad. Yes, but more than mad, she's scared. You weren't safe. We weren't safe. And lots of times we said we're getting sober and we didn't. Or we sobered up for a little while, but we didn't do the work, and then we went back out, or we sobered up for a little while and we were so grumpy and grouchy that it didn't feel safe. So now you're sober, and there's that old line in the big book that says, "Nothing the matter here, Ma. Ain't it grand the wind stopped blowing?" And we kind of think that. I don't know why she won't talk to me. Well, she's mad, and she's thinking of the safety of her kids. I mean, this is not a for sure, all of this, but just imagine there's a possibility of that. Moms love their kids generally, unless she's an addict and an alcoholic like you, and she's going through some of her own stuff, but generally, there it takes a while to rebuild trust, but we have to focus on it. We have to do it. Can't just say, well, fuck them. That's it's too hard. We can't say that. We have to do the work, make the amends. Talk to, well, I'll listen. Talk to me. We've started a new group. We're going to do a Thursday night group just for men who are dads in recovery. And, and we're going to do another Saturday group. Oh, gosh, I could do like a 5-day group to cover some of the stuff, the stuff that needs to be kind of lifted out of there, the old resentments that are really deep, you know, and often we're mad at the in-laws and we're mad at everybody because they didn't stand with us when we were going through hell. Well, going through hell is not many want to stand with us when we're going through hell. And that's okay. That wasn't what they signed up for, and they it took care of our kids often because we were crazy. So there's work to do, and my job, what I want to do, is give you hope. If you're a man, you're a dad in recovery, I want you to have hope. There is a path back to being a trusted dad, being a dad who loves, right? Dad who cares, a dad who's available. That's what we want. And the rewards are unbelievable. They really are. There's beautiful rewards from having our relationship with our kids. So we're going to do the Thursday night meeting. If you're interested in that, let me know. I haven't really advertised it much yet, but it's going to be something here just at my house for men. We talk about these things. It's not a casual social gathering. we're going to talk about deep shit, you know, and uncover some of that stuff, and get some healing done, so we can drop the mask and be vulnerable and available for our children and their moms. And I'm not saying you're going to get back together with mom. It's okay. That maybe is a new, doesn't need to happen, right? But I'm saying that mom's going to trust you. You know, not that you were ever maybe going to be violent with the kids, but mom didn't want them hurt. We didn't show up sometimes, and kids were hurt. And it's when kids were hurt, mom was hurt. Anyway, that's my experience. You know, I even though I was in recovery, I sobered up when my daughter was 6 months old, my first. Um, I wasn't very well in early recovery, and I had other addictions, work, and went after divorce. You know, women. I was looking for attention and approval, and all of that stuff that took me away from my kids. So it takes us a while to get well. And me, anyway. Well, listen, I went way longer than I thought. So that's the deal. Thursdays, we're also going to do another event on Saturday, the 7th of June. Mark it on your calendar. And then we'll do one in September. You know, we're going to try to do you know, like 3 or 4 a year. And plus our nights, you know, our Thursday nights. Plus, I think I'm going to do another online program. And I want to get out and speak in the treatment centers. That's my plan. I haven't really gone and pursued it yet, but that's what I want to do. There's such a big gap here, and it's not one that many can talk about because they haven't had the experience, and I have. Yes, sir, and I'm grateful for it. And I love my kids, and love you guys, love the men. You know, as you go through this painful opening up and letting go of the demons. It's not easy work. Okay, love you lots. Share this, would you? And make a comment, say something. If you think this is good work, this work with dads in recovery, say something. You know, forgive me for being, wanting a little feedback, but I'd like a little feedback. Okay, cheers, love you lots.